Hello, hello, hello. I wonder if you can see me right now. No, you cannot. Be in magic. No. Mirror. Here we go. And let's open up magic. This is gonna take a second. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now where is the little thing? I gotta get my model. Hmm. Alright, there we go. Because today is going to be a very, very, very random day. I'm going to experiment a little bit with just randomly speaking about random stuff while I pick up some leaves. Isn't that exciting? Look at this brave endeavor I have put onto myself. I'm gonna pick up every single leaf that is in this place. It isn't a lot of leaves because I have already picked up all the rest of the leaves, so it was already here. And there was previously like a ton of leaves all over the ground here, just poured all over like soup. But now I picked them all. I think it will get reset after I have picked up all of the leaves in the entire game. Then I will finally get achieved the deal with the devil that I made earlier, that told me that if I picked up all the leaves, I would become the greatest scientist in the world. Oh, sorry about that. I got a shower now. What a fantastic timed event, because I just started this game, and I started live streaming as well. Leaves are pretty useful in the ecosystem, I believe. I believe leaves are mostly used as what's it called? Soil to grow some new flowers and stuff. I'm not entirely sure if that is exactly what leaves are used for. I mean, I've only seen leaves flutter around in the ground. I haven't really seen them be recycled or uh, be used in soil. But it has to be, right? That is the case with how everything natural goes in a circle. Speaking of nature, I just watched the new episode of Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty season 9, episode 7, I believe. It was quite a good episode. They've gotten quite better as of late. I mean, recently I've started rewatching season 9. So it's been quite fun because they've gotten the writing really better. And makes me wonder what happened to the original creator of Rick and Morty, because I heard that he got like a really badly bad internet fame around him. And I'm kind of curious if they ever got him out of Rick and Morty, or what happened exactly. I believe I heard some rumors that he is not in the Rick and Morty series creation process anymore. So that's interesting. Who is the lead creator anymore? Then again, I did see some videos of him speaking about Rick and Morty recently, so I'm kind of confused and interested. But anyways, I have a cat on my table right now. It's a cat my mom is taking care of because their coworker is having a vacation probably. So it's now sitting on my platform, my drawing platform, and it's kind of pressing the buttons. So if if something sudden changes, it is the cat. Suddenly I started thinking about Minecraft, the Minecraft movie. Man, I kind of liked that movie. I'm kind of wondering what they will make for the second movie. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, they're gonna make a second Minecraft movie. It's gonna be quite interesting. It's gonna be called Minecraft Squared. Oh, I got sprint. Nice. And it would be cool if this Minecraft movie is played out in real life. That would be really cool. Oh, excuse me. Now what? Hmm. I need to get over into the garage. I haven't cleaned up everything yet. It will probably unlock later. Man, if all of these leaves got left out, I wonder what the chances of a fire happening are. I mean, leaves are a lot easier to start a fire with than just standard wood. Mm. I remember as a kid when I played with fire, I had like a piece of paper and I had a magnifying glass and I would fire it up with using the power of a sun. That is my first science experiment. Okay. Oh, there's collection cards as well in this game. That's cool. Give me if I'm snoring away a lot because I think I'm sick. I don't know why I'm sick. Oh. Did that work? I I gotta go to an academy to figure out this game. I should be able to go in there, right? Where is the school? I need to learn. Yeah. I'm not much of a gamer, you know. I can't figure things out. Ah, more leaves. Oh, there was a leaf blower here, right here. I'm blind. Oh, there it is. There we go. Even more leaves. Hooray. Oh, can I sit here? I know that there's a leaf blower and those things in the garage, but I don't need them. I like this and handiwork better. Look at my poop. What season would these leaves be in? I don't know the names of the seasons in English. Spring. What else is there? Spring, winter, summer. I forgot what the fourth one was. I'm thinking back on the first time when games got popularized by Let's Players. Like I remember that the reasoning why they didn't make games like copyrighted uh, for the Let's Players was because games can be played by a myriad of ways, like how I'm doing it right now. Like I'm choosing to not play the game in my own way. I mean, I'm choosing to play the game in my particular way, and I remember the particular reason that they had for why they didn't. Why they didn't copyright all of all Let's Players, and it was because everyone can play the game in the particular way that they want, and watching someone play a game is not the same as playing the game, you know. And I'm realizing that right now that that is very true, especially during my case, where I can play this game with my own freedom and have my own way of playing the game, which I like, which I find quite interesting that they found that they had the intelligence to realize that this was true back then, and also for themselves to realize the scope of the game that they were making. You know, most people that makes like $1,000 or $1,000,000 games would often try to monopolize their monetization as much as possible, which most of them do. But when it comes to Let's Plays and live streams, they don't really do that, I think. At least not that I've seen. There is particularly some games that monopolize creativity. You may have known. What's the game? Roblox and Minecraft. Those games kind of monopolize creativity in a way that makes it possible to earn money from your creativity. I've seen some people offer their creative brains on some videos to tell them to tell people like, hey, you can buy my creativity to buy to make some maps for your particular game or game mode in Roblox or Minecraft. And I think that is actually quite amazing that kids can earn money for their creativity at such a young age. I myself did not have that creativity to earn money at that age. So I find it quite amazing and quite incredible that people are able to do that. But I think that most of making, map making, and all of that is mostly free. So you can't really earn money from that. Not easily, anyways. If it was easy, it would well. It would be quite a different story, or getting jobs and stuff. You know, recently I realized that we are quite in a progressive timeline as of recently. We're progressing into something else in a civilization kind of style. I think in the future it might not be too far if that we are able to get transported into games themselves and start creating jobs like online creative jobs, you know. Who knows what will happen in just a few decades. You know, we might even be the first generation to be immortal. Because of the pace of the pace of how much our medicine is accelerating is quite insane in today's age. I remember I saw a TikTok about a medicine that you can take in that practically functions as a nanobot. And that is quite amazing. It isn't a robot. It was more like iron. A piece of iron liquid that can be manipulated with magnets, and they can move it to a place where you can deliver medicine directly to a specific area in the brain. Which is quite insane. I wonder what the future will say about dying, voluntary dying, because if it is true that if it is possible that immortality is possible, then we might have to make it so that we have the option where we can voluntarily die, so that we can live a happy life and not feel forced to exist longer than we wish to, and also because overpopulation is a thing. My leg! It keeps hitting my leg. My cat is sleeping right now. He's just having sleepy dreams. You should probably take a break soon and go shower quickly. Why am I sick right now? I don't get it. But welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Imagine getting money from picking up leaves. I mean, you can probably get money from picking up leaves if it was your if it was your job. Oh, man. Hmm. What kind of pedestrian lives lives in their basement? Ugh, so much, so much leaves. Okay, after this, I'll have to go and take a shower. You could make a gallery out of all the nice leaves that I pick up from the ground. Like, what if I take a rummage through the leaves and find all the best leaves in on the ground and make a whole gallery like on the wall here, like of all the leaves. I've actually done that once. I picked up some random leaves I found on the ground, and I put them in my diary book. You could probably do that in Minecraft. Oh, are you awake? No, I don't think he's awake. I don't actually know if it's a she or a he. Let's see what you have stacked up in here. Some kind of um, I don't know what these are called. Tomato, brush, paint, subject, fish, bleach, paint, gnome. Oh, that was the cat. Oh man. We're at the threshold of my break. Some soon I will go. And you will not see me for some time. And now. Okay. Let's go to a new scene. Hello. Do you hear me? You hear me good. Hmm. Ah. Alright, there we go. I'm back from my shower. Evil Scientist Slayer, yes. How do I get out? Oh, there we go. Ah, damn. Hmm. No, even though I'm quite, I've gone into very badly cleaned areas. I've never gotten sick before. Oh well, I haven't gotten like really sick before. Like sick to the point where I had to go stay in bed. Well, actually, that's a lie. I have gotten sick once or twice, but more than that, no. I've gotten sick to the point where had to stay in bed, and also to a point where I puked. But other than that, I've been quite healthy. My body has not betrayed me yet. Gotta have a good body to stay to battle against nature with science. I am a scientist after all, and I do have to have a good body to protect myself from nature and all. It's good that there is no competition in this game, because otherwise it would be quite boring. That reminds me of the Stanley Parable for some reason. In that game, there was a point where the narrator added a leaderboard to the game, and yeah, it was quite interesting how the player was always at the last place. He and the narrator always had a kind of competition, I guess, to make fun of each other. Ooh. More work. Maybe I can put some music. No, my cat is blocking the button. Damn it, cat. I am so tired. I deserve a banana after all this work. Some kind of reward. What's your favorite fruit? Mine? I have to think, actually. I think mine would be watermelon, if that is a fruit. I recently had some watermelon recently. Yeah, it's quite delicious. Have you ever seen those those videos of people putting rubber bands around the watermelon and it kind of making it explode? Those videos are so boring. Are so I don't know what to put it to words, but they're they're so exaggerating. I don't know. I don't really like those videos. But it is pretty cool to see rubber bands being so strong, even though they are just rubber bands. Brought myself some plushies after I went to the shower. Now I have Kuromi and Kusheen with me. They are quite cute together. That reminds me of a very recent Kuromi and what was her name again? That other girl series. There was a Netflix series about them. Kuromi and I don't remember actually. Look at this. Look at what I've gathered here. So many bags. Perfect for what's it called? One of those Indiana Jones kind of games where you put this bag instead of another bag and try and steal some gold or something. Although leaves aren't quite heavy, so it wouldn't be a good substitute. It's been a while since I've watched Indiana Jones. But to be fair, I don't really watch those kinds of movies. That scene is still stuck in my mind though. That scene where he puts a bag of sand on the weight plank thing. Ooh, I am getting tired. I gotta say, I am quite enjoying this. Makes you wanna wish there was a way to get transported into games. I mean, I am kind of getting transported into a game, like in a kind of way, technically speaking, right now. Oh. You know, that makes you think, like, is transported into if being transported into a video game was possible, would it be really that much different than playing a regular game like we are right now? Because I imagine that the closest version of getting transported into a video game is just kind of VR chat or 3D VR. You wouldn't be able to feel anything or anything like that. That type of technology is still very far away from reality. So I think that if getting transported into a video game was possible in real life, like right now, it wouldn't be quite it wouldn't be quite popular. It would be practically the same as VR chat or 3D goggles, you know. It wouldn't be quite as extraordinary as we believe it is. Oh, why do I feel sick? Oh yeah, I just ate. Okay, I need to take a break. Oh, look at that. They are streaming. I love these goofos. They are so cute. Oh, they're married. Oh. Manga, and what is the Korean version of manga called? Manga, Yun, voice,
This is the story of Seo Jun, where he grew stronger by farming and evolving his pets by giving them his special juice, making them thick. Oh, I mean, thick. What the? It all started 10 years ago when a mysterious black tower appeared everywhere. The tower was so strong that not even a nuclear bomb could destroy it. One day, people began coming out of the tower and sharing their experiences. They said they were sucked into a portal and ended up inside the tower. When they entered, they gained amazing powers. If they conquered the tower, they could get great rewards and mythical items, like a golden ticket that let ordinary people enter and gain powers too. Our hero, Seo Seo-jun dreams of buying a ticket and entering the tower one day. But suddenly a black hole appeared behind him in the empty space. Startled, Seo-jun stared at the black hole, his heart racing with excitement about the possibility of fulfilling his dreams. He closed his eyes, thinking the hole will suck him in like others, but to his surprise, black hole hadn't transported him anywhere. Confused and alarmed, he muttered, "Why am I still here?" Before he could contemplate any further, the black hole began to shrink. "No, my future!" he shouted in desperation, unwilling to give up on his dreams. Determined to get into the tower at any cost, Seo-jun charged into the black hole with reckless abandon. As he disappeared into the darkness, he could feel his heart pounding in his chest, wondering where he would end up. When Seo-jun finally emerged from the black hole, he was confused and disoriented as, on the first floor of the tower, there were supposed to be luxurious chandeliers lighting up the area. But this place was a cave made of rocks, with the only exit was the hole in the cave ceiling. Frustrated, he screamed, "Where the hell am I?" Trapped and alone, our protagonist found himself in a dire situation within the mysterious tower he had longed to enter. He had spent a full day searching for an exit. To his disappointment, the only exit was the hole in the cave ceiling. However, climbing the wall to reach the arched hole in the ceiling seemed impossible unless he was Spider-Man. As he pondered his fate, the sudden ringing of his phone alarm startled him. Despite being lost in this strange place, the alarm assured him that it had been exactly one day since he arrived. Hungry and disoriented, he rummaged through his meager supplies to assess his situation. With only a bottle of water, 27 cherry tomatoes, 10 green onions, 7 pumpkin sweet potatoes, and a washed apple, he had to make his provisions last. He decided to eat the apple first, savoring its sweetness and the momentary relief it provided. Each bite of his other raw vegetables brought unexpected pleasure, their flavors and textures a surprising delight. After finishing 1 sweet potato and 5 cherry tomatoes, Seo-jun picked up a green onion, and then he buried the white part of the onion root in the soft soil where the sunlight entered. Then he planted 2 sweet potatoes on the left side and cherry tomatoes on the right side. Then suddenly, the ground beneath our protagonist's feet trembled violently, the shockwave coursing through his body, causing him to shudder in pain and confusion. "What's going on?" he muttered. As he tried to steady himself, he noticed the light streaming down from the cave ceiling had taken on an eerie blue hue. His eyes widened in disbelief as a colossal black dragon appeared in the sky, its roar reverberating throughout the cavern. The sight of the majestic creature soaring through the air, bathed in the blue light, left him in awe. Before he could fully process the bizarre sight, his vision blurred, and he succumbed to unconsciousness. Upon awakening, our protagonist struggled to regain his bearings. He was astonished to learn that he had been unconscious for 2 whole days. His shock only intensified when he turned around to find a fully grown tree standing behind him. "What the? A tree? Isn't this a green onion that I planted? When did it grow this big? Was the green onion something that could grow this big within 2 days?" he thought. He couldn't help but wonder if the mysterious power within the tower had affected not only the green onion, but also the other plants he had sown. To his amazement, he discovered that 52 cherry tomato sprouts had emerged as well. Determined to make the most of his newfound resources, he began harvesting the enormous green onion. The task was more challenging than he anticipated, but eventually he succeeded in gathering the crop. Curious about the taste of this extraordinary plant, he took a cautious bite. To his surprise, it was so spicy that his eyes became watery and his face turned red. He immediately ran towards the pond next to him and drank some water to calm down, swearing he would never eat this thing raw ever again. Now, to calm down his taste buds, he started eating cherry tomatoes, thinking that the sun never set there. Instead, the blue moon phenomenon occurred on the 10th floor, casting the area into temporary darkness. 10 years had passed since the tower's mysterious appearance, and the powerful Phoenix Guild had managed to clear up to the 37th floor. Little information was available about the floors above the 30th. However, he knew from YouTube videos that skeletons roamed floors 10, goblins on 11, orcs on 20, and spider monsters from the 31st floor onwards. What puzzled him was the dragon he had encountered. No one had ever mentioned dragons or lizard-like creatures in the tower. Which floor is this? He wondered. Lying down, he wondered if he was on a floor so high that no one had yet reached it. Just then, water droplets fell on his face, and he quickly got up. Was it raining in the tower? He had heard that the weather was almost always pleasant, and as he looked up, the sky was clear. However, he spotted something moving very fast and grew scared, thinking it might be a monster. But the creature he saw approached him, revealing itself to be a cute rabbit drooling over his crops. He was surprised and wondered if the rabbit was a monster too. The rabbit jumped from the ceiling and he rushed to catch it, but the rabbit used his head as a stepping stone and landed safely on the ground. It hopped over to the green onion plants, and Sejun realized that this rabbit was something extraordinary. The rabbit pointed at the green onion plants, and Sejun asked if it wanted to eat them. The rabbit responded, and he understood that it wanted to eat. He broke off a leaf of green onion and handed it to the rabbit, who eagerly accepted. As the rabbit devoured the leaf, he told it that it could have more if it liked. Then he noticed that the plants had already grown back. At this rate, he would have to harvest them twice daily. But the rabbit started saying something loudly, and he realized it wasn't talking to him. He looked up at the cave entrance and saw another rabbit approaching. She landed and handed the first rabbit a straw hat and a watering can, and they both stood before him. He was surprised to see another rabbit and thought that the two might be related. He asked the rabbits if they were married, and they confirmed his suspicion. The next day, we see the rabbits farming and being very happy, while Sejun reflects on how all of this happened. Yesterday, after the rabbits introduced themselves to him, they told him that they wanted to live in the cave. They looked too cute as they tried to persuade him. Sejun felt that he might die from the cuteness overdose and accepted their request on one condition. He told the rabbits that they could not live there for free. If they helped him with farming, he would consider letting them stay. He thought it would dissuade the rabbits a bit, but instead of hesitating, they jumped at him and started cuddling. Now, he is sitting in his spot, watching the rabbits work. He thinks that the rabbits are using their cuteness to control him, but he lets it slide. Before we proceed further into the video, it took a lot of time and effort to make this video, so if you haven't liked this video and subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all for supporting this channel. Now let's continue with the video. He asks the rabbits if the tools they were using were special items. The husband rabbit had a watering can that seemed to have an endless supply of water, and Sejun is not sure about it, but it seemed to him that the wife rabbit had a magic pocket that contained all the tools she needed for farming. Sejun says that he is jealous and wishes he had such a wonderful item. The rabbits have completed harvesting the green onions, and they are excited to show them to Sejun. Sejun tells them to dry the green onions and starts inspecting other crops. But the rabbits are looking at Sejun with eager and impatient eyes. They are asking him a question, and Sejun understands what they want. He tells them that they passed his test, and now they can live in the cave. The rabbits jump for joy upon hearing the good news and start talking about something. They rush to a corner of the cave, and Sejun wonders what they are up to now. The wife gives her husband a shovel, and he starts digging. In no time, he creates a home for himself and his wife. The wife places a floral wreath on the door of their new house and welcomes her husband to enter, but he is exhausted from digging and building a house and can barely stand. Sejun approaches them and says that the husband rabbit was great for making a house so quickly. The husband rabbit gives him a thumbs up, but then he feels his wife's hand on his shoulder. She is blushing and cutely pointing at the door, and the husband is terrified. He is scared, but his wife drags him along for some sweet lovemaking. Sejun hears the sounds coming from their house and wishes the husband all the best, but he is crying inside as he is jealous of him for having a wife. That jealousy does not last long, and Sejun walks back to his spot. He says that it was boring to be alone in the cave, and now, thanks to the rabbits, he has someone to help him and something cute to look for. Then he lay down onto the bed made up of onion leaves to rest comfortably, but after some time he felt something burning. Suddenly his back started burning. He jumps into a standing position and rolls on the ground, feeling that his back is on fire. He is wondering what just happened as he gets up, and he sees the reason behind it. The plastic water bottle filled with water was acting as a lens and burning the dried onion leaf. Sejun had knowledge from a renowned survival show, learning that rubbing two dry leaves together might produce fire. He had been trying for hours without success, his frustration and disappointment mounting. Yet just as he was on the verge of giving up, a tiny spark caught his eye, and a thrill of excitement surged through him. Curious about Sejun's activities, the rabbits emerged from their dwelling to investigate. He enlisted their aid in fanning the embers by blowing on the pile of dried leaves while he employed a bottle as a lens. United in their efforts, the trio persevered, and at long last the leaves burst into flames. Triumphant, Sejun reveled in his newfound ability to create fire. Casting a glance at the onion plants, he opted to cook them over the open flame. He roasted one stalk, peeled away the charred exterior, and took a tentative bite. To his amazement, the cooked onion leaf was so delectable that he couldn't help but exclaim in delight. Declaring it delicious, he eagerly began roasting another. Intrigued Intrigued by the transformative effects of cooking, the rabbits decided to try it for themselves. They too roasted an onion leaf, and as they sampled the sweet treat, their eyes sparkled with the pleasure of experiencing a new and delightful flavor. Sejun was very happy, as, for the first time, he had eaten a full stomach. In the past few days, after discovering fire with the help of the rabbits, Sejun made torches out of green onion leaves and placed them around the cave. This helped him to roam around the cave easily, especially in the dark areas like the pond. He was near the pond with a torch in his hand when he saw something moving in the water. A fish jumped out of the water, and Sejun was so startled that he barely dodged its open mouth. The fish had jumped with too much power and found itself on land, unable to return to the water. This was the first time Sejun had seen a fish in the cave. He wondered if the fish was attracted to the light of the torch, and his intuition was proved correct. And just like that, Sejun discovered fish in the cave. He killed the fish and roasted it over the fire, even though he had no seasoning. The fish was really tasty, and Sejun found the rabbits drooling as he ate the fish and asking for their share. He was shocked because he had not expected rabbits to be meat eaters, but since they were basically monsters, he thought it was natural. A few days later, the blue moon appeared once again, and Sejun realized that on this floor, the blue moon phenomenon occurred every 30 days. He had been relying on his laptop and power bank to charge his phone and keep track of the date, but eventually they too reached their limit. Unable to use his phone any longer, Sejun began marking the days on the cave wall with a stone. So it's been 61 days, he said. A few days ago, something amazing had happened. Sejun had seen a tired male rabbit open the door of his house, and without wasting a moment, a group of baby rabbits bolted out. They were the children of the rabbit couple that had been recently born, and they had become fond of Sejun, who had become their uncle. They ran straight at Sejun and jumped on him, causing him to fall to the ground. They were really cute, and Sejun couldn't get enough of their cuteness, even as they nibbled at his face. He laughed and enjoyed their company. Sejun looked at the sleep-deprived husband rabbit and said that raising babies must be hard. But for now, he would take care of the babies for a while, and the couple should relax and eat breakfast. The cherry tomato plants had started flowering, and Sejun took the baby rabbits with him to check them out. The babies frolicked around on the farm as Sejun inspected his plants. The flowers had bloomed, and even though they were tomato flowers, Sejun now thought he had a flower garden. To bear fruit, pollination was necessary, and he had to do it manually. Sejun used a small stick to artificially pollinate the flowers, but all the bending and working was taking a toll on his back. A baby rabbit put its face inside a flower and got pollen on its face. It sneezed, and Sejun started laughing. But then Sejun noticed something. The tomato plants had started to bear fruit. After so long, his hard work was starting to show some results. Sejun celebrated the first fruits of his cherry tomato plants and danced with the baby rabbits. The day before the blue moon, Sejun made preparations to survive it. He put out the fire and stored a small amount of burning leaves under huge boulders. He was wearing makeshift clothes made from onion leaves, thinking that it would be enough to stay warm and hidden. The rabbits also headed back to their homes as the time for the blue moon drew near. Something scary always happened whenever the blue moon occurred, but Sejun was confident that they would survive it like the previous ones. He thought it was going to be a piece of cake and went into hiding. The blue moon began, and monsters started screeching throughout the forest. Sejun was not afraid, but he was tired and hoped that the blue moon would end soon. To prepare for an unlikely situation, he had already hidden things with a strong odor and was now hiding in a corner. However, since it was hard to tell how much time had passed, he was growing tired of waiting. The monster cries did not help either. They were far away, but they could still make him shiver. As Sejun hoped that this blue moon would also pass without incident, he heard a loud roar. It was different and more intense than the voices of other monsters, almost as if it were close to him. Indeed, a huge monster was walking towards the cave, squashing full-grown trees beneath its feet. It approached the entrance to the cave, which was too small in comparison to its size. The monster stared down the hole, and inside, Sejun gaped at it. He was scared of the giant bear-like monster in front of him, but thankfully, the monster had not noticed him yet. Sejun thought he should hide in a better place before the monster spotted him. He was trembling as he picked up his bag and started moving quietly and slowly. However, taking the bag with him turned out to be a mistake. As he picked up his belongings, the things inside the bag dropped, creating a loud noise due to the empty water bottle. The monster's attention was attracted by the sound. Sejun stared in horror, first at his stuff, and then up at the beast, who was now trying to peek inside the cave. Sejun screamed in fear, and the bear roared in response. A few moments later, Sejun was found unconscious with the rabbits trying to wake him up. When the baby rabbits failed to rouse him, their father slapped Sejun, and he woke up. He was still afraid of what he had seen before passing out and asked the rabbits what had happened to the blue moon. As he looked around, he realized that it had ended. The husband rabbit told Sejun that he was unconscious when they found him and said that he had passed out when he saw the monster. Sejun wanted to know what had happened after that. He had been terrified and couldn't move when the monster tried to force its way into the cave, and he had passed out after the monster roared. Sejun remembered the incident and shivered. He had almost lost his life at the hands of that monster. Feeling cold, the wife rabbit created a large fire and a blanket of onion leaves. Sejun sat in front of the fire with the baby rabbits snuggled up to him. The wife rabbit also brought him roasted fish, and Sejun thanked her. As he ate, Sejun realized that the monster had noticed this plate. It may have been due to another monster or because it couldn't get inside the cave due to the small entrance, but the monster had left without causing harm. However, there was no guarantee that he would be safe if it returned. He thought he had gotten lucky this time, but it might go differently next time. After everything he had done to survive, he didn't want to die. He decided that the best course of action was to eat well and stay alive. While Sejun was eating, the husband rabbit approached him, wanting to show him something. Sejun followed him and found something unbelievable, a ripe cherry tomato. But it was nothing like he had expected. It was blue and glistening in the sunlight. Sejun was shocked, but the blue color wasn't the first thing he noticed about the fruit. He bent down and tried to pick up the large, ripe fruit, then wondered why it was blue. As he pondered this, a window appeared in front of Sejun, informing him that he had completed the quest to harvest the fruit containing the energy of the blue moon. Sejun was shocked. He couldn't believe that the thing in front of him was an actual message window. The message on the window changed, and now it said that the tower manager was interested in him because of his amazing achievements. It had been keeping a keen eye on Sejun, but it wasn't happy. Confused, Sejun wondered why the tower manager wouldn't be happy with him, and the husband rabbit didn't know what was going on either. Sejun learned that he was not a duly invited guest, and the tower manager had accepted it as a blunder. It wanted to eliminate Sejun. Shocked, he asked the window what it meant. Was it a mistake that he had ended up in the tower? He angrily said that if that were the case, he should be allowed to go home immediately. But the window said that the tower master wanted to kill Sejun to eradicate all proof of this mistake. Sejun was flabbergasted. He screamed at the screen, saying that he had completed a wonderful achievement, and instead of rewarding him, the manager wanted to kill him. The system window fell silent for a while, and Sejun wondered what was happening. The next message he received changed his mood from scared and angry to elated. The tower manager was awakening him. Sejun felt an aura surrounding him as soon as the message was displayed. He couldn't believe it, and confirmed with the window that he was officially awake in the tower. Eagerly, he awaited to see which job he would be assigned, hoping for something like a wizard. However, his assigned job was a tower farmer with a proficiency of F rank. All the joy and excitement left Sejun's face, and he went blank. The windows continued to give him messages about his job. He would never get sick, be close to nature, and gain experience points by harvesting crop. Sejun was shocked. There was no job class other than a warrior and a magician inside the tower. How could he be a farmer? He commanded the system to open his status window and found that his talent was ordinary, and his stats were all at 1. He stared at his status window, but the only thing he could focus on was his ordinary talent. Yelling in frustration, Sejun tried to smash the blue tomato to the ground, saying he didn't need it. But then he looked at the scared and concerned faces of the rabbits and stopped. Sejun was taken aback by the influence his actions had on his friends and looked at his farm, then at the tomato in his hand. He wasn't alone in growing it. Everyone had worked hard to reach this point. Sejun decided that he would continue farming, and the rabbits were happy. Sejun looked at the blue tomato in his hand, and an information window opened up telling him about the tomato. It was a magical cherry tomato imbued with the power of the blue moon. Not only was it tasty and nutritious, but when consumed, it would increase one's MP by 0.05 permanently. Sejun was shocked. The tomato in his hand was actually an item. Even though the effect was small, it was permanent and could boost one's stats. Sejun was amazed by himself. He had grown something as great as this. But the tower manager was watching him and wasn't satisfied with how things were going. As Sejun thanked the rabbits and celebrated with them for achieving this feat, a message window popped up in front of him. A quest had been triggered. He had to offer the blue cherry tomato to the manager. The reward for the quest was a job-related skill, and the penalty for refusing was death. Sejun read the entire message, and when he saw that the penalty was death, he became scared. He asked the window if it was a joke out of anger. He accused the admin of blackmailing him and using the name of a quest to justify his actions. Sejun told the admin that if he wanted the blue tomato, he should ask for it properly. If the admin played dirty games like this and made it look like he was giving Sejun options, that would not be good. Sejun was a bit relieved after venting his anger, but then he realized the death penalty and politely offered the blue tomato. The tomato in Sejun's hands vanished, and he received a message that he had completed the quest. The next window displayed the quest reward, and Sejun was excited to receive it. He knew it was a job-related skill, but since he had been focusing solely on the death penalty, he had momentarily forgotten about it. Sejun flattered the tower manager, calling him generous. Then, he decided to check what kind of skill he had obtained and opened the quest reward. The reward was the skill sowing at level 1. This skill slightly increased the probability of germination when a seed was planted. Sejun didn't know how to react.
Oh.
But since he had been focusing solely on the death penalty, he had momentarily forgotten about it. Sejun flattered the tower manager, calling him generous. Then, he decided to check what kind of skill he had obtained and opened the quest reward. The reward was the skill sowing at level 1. This skill slightly increased the probability of germination when a seed was planted. Sejun didn't know how to react, but he was certainly disappointed. However, he consoled himself, saying that since his job was that of a tower farmer, he couldn't expect much from the reward anyway. He went to the dark parts of the cave with a torch and encountered a fish that jumped out towards the flame. Sejun used a club made of green onion stems and leaves to hit it towards the land. The fish died, and Sejun learned that it was a piranha he had killed. The information window informed him that he had gained 2 experience points for it. This was the 5th fish Sejun had caught, and with that, he now had 10 experience points. After awakening as a farmer, Sejun was able to collect experience points. He caught several piranhas every day for several days and reached level 2. He wanted to catch more of them, but he knew it was a bad idea. He thought he shouldn't kill a living thing without reason. Besides, he obtained valuable protein from the fish. If he killed all of them and their population went extinct, he wouldn't be able to eat them again. Sejun roasted the fish and called his friends to eat. The baby rabbits were much hungrier than their parents. They ran towards Sejun, who was like their human uncle, and he gave them fish wrapped in onion leaves. They had grown a little and started eating a lot more than before. Sejun asked them to leave some food for their mom and dad as well. There was another benefit Sejun received from awakening. He could get information about the rabbits. He gave them their share, and the rabbits happily accepted it. They were farmer white rabbits, and Sejun had a few ideas about how they ended up with him. They were a type of monster he had never heard of outside the tower. Based on their name, Sejun realized that they specialized in farming, not fighting. He thought that this must be the reason they were not widely known. The rabbits began flirting as they ate, and Sejun watched them, wondering what had happened to them. He assumed that they must have lost their farms, and, after wandering for some time, found this cave and him. He wanted to know if the rabbits had a hometown to return to, but he couldn't understand them, and they couldn't understand him beyond basic farming terminology. Sejun expressed this to the husband rabbit, saying that he wished they could understand each other, but the rabbit didn't understand human speech either, and was confused. Now that they were done eating, Sejun said they should head back to the farm. Today was an important day for all of them, and the husband rabbit was also excited. They reached the farm to find the cherry tomatoes perfectly ripe. Sejun was amazed to see them. They were even better than the tomatoes he brought with him. The rabbits were also pleased to see the red tomato fruits. Sejun grew sentimental as he said that now was the time to harvest them. They had worked so hard to grow them. They had harvested one after the blue moon, but it didn't count. Sejun was nervous.
Ja, det går bra. All right, I think I'm gonna go stop stream now. Thank you for staying by if you have. And I'll see you some other time. Bye bye.